Calling all pangits out there, this is your only chance na magkaroon ng your first 1 million na followers on Instagram. And tuturuin ko sa inyo ang aking ultimate weapon, itong Xiaomi CIVI 3. It can turn any pangit like you and me into this. Annyeonghaseyo! Yo! Now, kung gusto niyo maging Korean pop star, continue watching this video right after this quick intro. So, hi guys! Ako pala si Richmond ng Gadget Sidekick and welcome back to my channel. Ito na, ang Xiaomi CIVI 3, ang sagot ng mga pangit. This is the answer ng Xiaomi with collaboration ng Mate2. It's a very popular app in China pang beautification. No? So, alam naman natin si Mate2 meron sila sariling phone, but they opted to collaborate with Xiaomi back in 2018 to manufacture the first ever Xiaomi CC9 Pro, which is the first camera-centric phone na pampaganda, especially targeted sa mga babae back there in China. But honestly, it's really popular in China, kaya nagkaroon siya ng CIVI 3 until now. So itong phone na ito, nabili ko sa Shandy Masangkay for roughly 22,000 pesos for 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Isipin mo, a little bit above 20,000 pesos, meron ka ng beautification phone that can probably soar yourself up to stardom sa Instagram and probably sa FB. And you can also do some really nice TikTok videos using its video dito, no, na sobrang mag-beautify ka. Like the clip na nakita nyo a while ago during the intro. Before natin pag-usapan ng mga sinsinan ng phone na ito, how about a quick unboxing? So guys, right now, unbox natin si Xiaomi CIVI 3. And kita natin, the box really looks nice. And may mga pagka-hologram dito, no? Medyo talaga may pagka-girly-girly. So meron natin dito is the purple variant na may 12 gigs of RAM and a 512 gigs of storage. Saan natin? Xiaomi CIVI. Sa loob ng box, we have your SIM ejector tool, a user guide, and ang kanyang soft jelly case. Andito na yung phone mismo, and this is the color purple variant, which looks really nice. Two-tone ng kanyang color, which is kind of girly-girly nga talaga siya. Andito kanyang camera module. On this side is the power button, volume rocker. Sa ibabaw, we can see that there's the IR, and andito yung Dolby Atmos na logo, plus the noise cancelling mic. On this side, it's pretty clean. And sa ilalim, nandyan ang kanyang SIM tray, microphone in, of course, USB Type-C plus ang kanyang loudspeaker. So, sundutin lang natin to. So, this one can support dalawang 5G na nano SIM. Sa harap, we can see there's the double punch hole na front-facing camera. Curved screen edge, which looks really nice. Other stuff's inside the box. Andyan ang kanyang USB Type-C cable. Plus, andyan ang kanyang 67 watts na Xiaomi fast charger. So guys, nakita din yung unboxing ng phone na ito. And ang ganda niya, no? There's two-tone color dito. On the top, you see na medyo may pagka-pastel na color. And sa ilalim, medyo may pagka-shiny na same color. Purple naman sila pareho. And kita natin dito sa likod, it's the star of the show. Itong camera ni Xiaomi CIVI 3. As well as yung kanyang front camera, which I will show you later na sobrang ganda niya. Now, itong phone na ito is being powered by the all-new na MediaTek Dimensity 8200 na Ultra. It's a little bit step up over the 8100, and checking yung kanang benchmark dito, it was able to gather a near 900,000 points dito sa Antutu benchmark. And it's really impressive, It's a lot of step up over sa kanyang little brother na si 8100 na Ultra. Now, I know na itong phone na ito is not too much geared towards mga gamers out there, but si 8200 would really be able to perform. Makikita natin a little bit later, igagawa natin ng kunting game testing dito. And some other benchmark, this is what I got dito sa Geekbench. And nilagay din natin siya sa thermal throttling test. Nakita natin, this is the score na nakuha natin. Well, almost all green, but makita natin along the way, meron siyang mga yellow. And it throttled to 81% ng kanyang maximum performance. So, anything above 80 is good sa thermal throttling test. Now, one of the highlights na gusto ko dito sa phone na ito is ang kanyang premium feel. This one, ang harap niya is Corning Gorilla Glass 5 and it's curved glass, by the way. And normally, makita mo mga curved glass sa mga premium na phones. And sobrang nipis niya, it's around mga 170 grams sa gaan. and this one is aluminum frame sa gilid, and ang likod niya is also glass finish. Now, itong phone na ito is really slim, and it reminds me a lot about si Honor 7T, which almost has the same form factor, almost has the same feel sa aking kamay, and almost have the same weight like itong phone na hawak natin. Now, itong phone na ito is being powered by Android 13, and ang kanyang UI is the Xiaomi MIUI 14. The only thing na probably you might be asking me if meron siyang Google Play Store. Well, this is a China ROM phone, so definitely wala. But it's very easy to install. All you need to do is just go to Get Apps, i-update nyo lang Play Store, and makita mo there's a working na Play Store na dito after you update it. Now, para sa mga tao mahilig sa social media, swiping on this phone is definitely smooth. This one has a 6.55-inch na AMOLED display. It has 120Hz of screen refresh rate. And this one is also being collaborated with Dolby Vision. So definitely you will see some really nice and punchy colors dito sa phone na ito. And ang maximum brightness, by the way, is 1,500 nits. So if you're, well, using this phone under the direct sunlight, no problem. Now, if you want to unlock HDR, kayang-kaya na i-unlock dito sa YouTube. But pagdating sa mga Netflix, wala, hindi na kaya i-unlock, no? So, ang kaya lang nito is up to level 3 na wide range security level. But I hope na in the near future, magkaroon na siya ng update para magkaroon siya ng support sa level 1 naman. Para makatod kayo ng mga HDR dito sa Netflix. But if you ask me, kamusta naman aking view experience dito pagdating sa YouTube, I would say, ang ganda. Itong phone na ito, watching all my favorite shows dito sa mga like Korean novela and some of the animes that I really watch regularly, I would say ang ganda punch yung kanyang color. And ang kanyang curved screen dito sa phone na ito would give you that infinity display like no other at this price point. Now, the phone na ito has 4 colors: purple, mint, gold, or gray. So, probably the best color dito na mapipili nyo is the purple. Ang battery size na itong phone na ito is a little bit smaller than the used one, 4,500 mAh, and it can charge as fast as 67 watts. So, tinry ko naman i-charge itong phone na ito from, well, 10 to 100. It took me a little less than an hour to finish the whole charging cycle. Now, based on my day-to-day experience dito sa phone na ito, I take a lot of shots and I play some games dito, watching some videos dito. I would say kayang-kaya naman niya mag-hold up ng one whole day without even charging. Now, if you want to be a little bit more specific, itong phone na ito can give you 10 hours and 36 minutes na screen on time according dito sa battery stress test ni PCMark. Now, itong phone na ito is also calibrated together with Dolby Atmos. So, alam naman natin, Dolby Atmos gives you that better sounds dito sa phone na ito. But there's something really missing dito. I thought na itong phone na ito has a stereo speaker. But upon testing dito sa phone na ito, I could hardly find yung kanang stereo speakers to. So since wala naman siyang butas dito that's showing its second na speaker, which is a stereo speaker, and pinakinggan din naman natin na dito sa speaker grills, which apparently wala namang sound lumalabas dito. But on paper, sinabi niya stereo speaker tong phone na ito. So let's just try it out. Try natin takpan yung kanyang butas dito sa ilalim. Di ba? Wala ko narinig na sounds galing sa speaker grill sa ibabaw. So, once na tinakpan mo tong speaker grills dito sa ilalim, halos wala ka na masyadong marinig. But overall, ang kanyang sounds is quite okay naman. Malakas-lakas naman siya. But sabi sa spec sheet, it's a stereo speaker. But, well, honestly, walang tunog galing dito sa ibabaw. So, it's just for your information. Now, even though the phone nito is a camera-centric phone, it also comes together with a game turbo mode. So, I've loaded a couple of games dito and nilaro natin Call of Duty Mobile and si Gadget Impact. So, playing Call of Duty Mobile dito sa phone na ito, I would say okay naman siya. Smooth na kanyang graphics. I would say na I could hardly feel any frame drops dito. The touch response is nice and sound niya is okay. Even though na medyo bitin kasi hindi siya stereo speaker. But overall, the gameplay was okay. Hindi naman siya nag-hang or naglalag pagdating naman sa VR matches and mga ranked games dito sa Call of Duty Mobile. Now, if you're playing naman ito Genshin Impact, medyo madidismaya ka ng konti dito. I would say na hindi naman siya kaya mag-game ng Genshin Impact. It could play, but if sinet mo sa highest graphical settings dito sa phone na ito, for the first 15 minutes, medyo may mafe-feel ka ng medyo may mga konting frame drops along the way. Now, if you're getting at the heated ng mga laban, lalo kung maraming boss ka ng kalaban, doon mo mafe-feel na yung gameplay medyo mas sluggish siya than the other chipset, like mga Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. Dito mo mafe-feel na parang medyo hindi ganun kaganda maglaro ng Genshin Impact dito sa phone na ito. But of course, you can always opt to lower the graphical settings to let you play the game. But at the end of the day, I will tell you na itong phone na ito is not really meant for gaming. Now, ito na, pag-uusapan na natin ang camera nito, phone nito. I know na sobrang excited na ipakita ko lahat ng mga shots na nakuha ko dito sa phone nito. And it starts off dito sa likod niya. This one has a Sony IMX800 na camera sensor dito sa likod. And it happens to be yung kanang Sony IMX800 is the main camera lens. Yung kanang 50MP na camera sensor with OIS. It's also coupled together with the 8MP na ultra-wide lens and 2MP na depth sensor. And ang kanang video recording capability can give you up to 4K and 30. Now, ang kanang front-facing camera dito is dual punch hole. Dalawang 32MP na camera sensor dito sa harap. One is a wide sensor, another one is a ultra-wide na camera lens. Now, this one is for the first time ever in any Xiaomi phones that can record up to 4K and 30 FPS. And while grabe, Xiaomi took a step forward. Imagine, no, ang Xiaomi na 13 Ultra can only give you a 1080p and 60 FPS. Ang Xiaomi 12S Ultra can only give you a 1080p and 30 FPS, which for me, sobrang letdown yun. Imagine yung pinaka-flagship camera ni Xiaomi giving you such crap na video recording capability at 1080p and 30. This would probably break the barrier, and probably hopefully mga flagship phones ni Xiaomi in the near future might also come with a 4K and 30 and probably maybe 4K and 60. Now, to quickly show you some of the camera shots na nakuha ko dito, I would say na pagdating naman sa outdoors dito using the rear camera lens, taking some of these shots is really nice and really sharp. I would say na I'm really amazed sa mga shots na ito. No? There are sometimes yung mga green is a little bit greenish, medyo saturated. But given that this is a camera-centric phone, so I expect it to a little bit more beautify yung mga shots even though naka-off ang AI. Now, taking it indoors, a little bit more low light, I would say na mga figurines na nakuha ko dito was really nice and mga shots dito are quite realistic as well. Now, I did take some food shots dito on indoor and I would say na, well, sumasarap ang pagkain dito sa camera lens ni Xiaomi CIVI 3. Now, if you're taking some apparel shots dito, okay, maganda rin naman mga output na nakuha ko dito sa loob ng Adidas shop. The photos na nakuha ko dito, pwede mo pang commercial. Now, ang main highlight dito sa phone na ito is not the rear camera, but it's the selfie camera. Yung kanang dalawang 32MP na camera. I would really want to share to you ang aking camera experience dito sa phone na ito, no? So, starting off with some of the outdoor shot, at actually kahit kunting beautification lang, tinurn on ko lang siya, hindi ko pa masyado kinakalikot siya, ang ganda ng mga output na nakukuha ko dito. What more kung in-adjust mo yung mga settings na pwede mong gawin dito, no? It would really turn you into a Korean star or basta, gwapo ka at gaganda ka talaga dito sa camera na ito. 100% guaranteed. Now, taking some of the shots na nakita natin from the outdoor, I would say na gumaganda talaga ang mukha mo dito, no? It's a lot smoother than before. Well, it's highly Instagrammable talaga. It will get you a lot more likes than using just your normal smartphone. Now, kung pinasok mo naman itong phone na ito sa indoor, I would say it's equally nice and it's performing thanks to its algorithm dito sa phone na ito, giving you the more dramatic shot dito sa phone na ito. By the way, guys, you can choose between two modes dito. Either go for the Xiaomi CIVI Fresh, which gives you yung mas maaliwalas na mukha dito, like yung mga nakita mo na shots dito. Or you can use the Xiaomi CIVI Film, which give you a little bit more dramatic na effect on your mga photo shots dito. Now, some of the calibration na pwede mo malaro dito is pwede mo smoothen ang iyong mukha. Pwede mo ayusin ang skin tone mo, ang contour mo, yung ilong kung gaano katangos ang iyong ilong. Pwede mo ipalitin ang iyong mukha and everything else down the line. Ang dami mo pwedeng gawin dito sa kanyang settings to. Kahit yung mata mo, palaki mo yung mata mo, kayang-kaya gawin itong camera ni Xiaomi CIVI 3. And taking some quick videos din dito, I would say na kayang-kaya rin niya paggandahin ka using this phone. I mean, hindi lang siya sa photo, no? Pati sa video, kaya na i-enhance and i-beautify ang iyong mukha, no? Make you look really like an artist. Here's some sample. So guys, finally getting a 4K and 30 FPS on a front camera ni Xiaomi for the first time dito sa Xiaomi CIVI 3. Ang ganda front camera, I would say na sobrang ganda. Imagine you can make you look really handsome or really beautiful dito is something that very rare sa isang smartphone. Now, let's take a quick look naman sa kanyang video sa rear camera. Na ang video naman nito, we would see na okay naman siya, very stable. It was able to give me some really nice video dito. And hindi mo kailangan ng gimbal when you're using this phone dahil sa meron siyang OIS. And the video is very much sharp. And on outdoor, indoor, I have no problem taking videos using the rear camera. Now guys, ano masasabi ko dito sa Xiaomi CIVI 3? Now, at for mga 22,000 pesos na mabibili nyo sa Sandy Masangkay, itong phone na ito can turn you into a, well, like I keep on saying, pagagandahin ka, pagwagwapoin ka nitong phone na ito. And like I say, it's probably one of the first steps if you want to be famous on Instagram or on Facebook or even on TikTok. Looking good has never been so easy with this Xiaomi CIVI 3. Now, if you want to know guys kung saan na pwede mabili itong phone na ito, si Xiaomi CIVI 3, links on the description box below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, hit the bell icon para din namin sa future uploads here from my channel. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. What's up? Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.